large, undocumented residents and also a lot of temporary migrants aren't able to access anything. As I said, outside of Ontario, there's no healthcare. In BC, for example, where there's a rental subsidy, it's not available to undocumented migrants. CERB is not accessible. CESB is not accessible. In some provinces, some social assistance is not accessible. Basically, we are facing a human rights catastrophe. Every day we wake up and we essentially deal with immense suffering. We are driving food to people. We're trying to raise funds where we can, but our members are drinking lemon water to get through the day. People have sold everything they can. They're working in extremely dangerous and unsafe situations just to be able to feed their families, and it's not enough. We have migrant farm workers on a farm where we just last week, 13 workers were given one bag of potatoes to eat for 7 days by the employer, but they weren't allowed to leave off their site. We have, as I mentioned, families who chose to give birth at home without assistance, without planning, just couldn't go to the hospital because they didn't have healthcare and didn't have any money. I've been doing this for a decade. Our members have been doing it for, half a century, in fact, and we have never seen this extent of suffering that is taking place. And it is pushing people, people are choosing to move in with abusive men, abusive employers. Now, migrant sex workers are simply to be able to feed themselves or to ward off homelessness. Even if you have children who are Canadian citizens and you're undocumented, you're facing the same thing. We have a woman who's got a 13-year-old son who has severe mental health issues. She hasn't left the house because he's immunocompromised, and she hasn't been able to get any food for 2.5 months till we found them and got them food. We are talking about a mass and total devastation of the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, and it's irreversible because it's not possible we can't open back up because people have already sold their belongings. The health has already suffered. We are in an abject crisis, and it's being ignored by every level of government entirely. And that's why we're saying we need immigration status for all. We are essential workers who are in the midst of a global pandemic. We are essential, excluded, and exploited all at the same time.